Hello, 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 everybody. I'm not HG Husky. I'm Vincent, character code 208, but I will be casting my very first Starcraft 2 replay here today. This is a random versus arranged team, and I'm going to start by saying that I detest rage quitters. I mean, it's one thing to leave when you absolutely know you're going to lose, but I personally think there's always an open door for comeback, especially if you still have units or resources. Sometimes opponents get cocky, like in this video. Excuse me. And that's why I'd like to share this replay with you guys today. This is going to be a game composed of Minus, Akita, and Lind with 2 L's versus Vitar Ocean, Malolo, and I. My original plan was to 8-pull harass and whatever would be a proper transition, since in randoms you have to work with your allies regardless of what they do, even if it's stupid, if you want to win. So I was originally going to 8-pull, Drone Droid, Overlord, Lings, etc. I'm really tired. It's still kind of late over here. But yeah, that was my original plan, but that's not what happened because Vitar Ocean has left the game. So then Malolo rages because of all BattleNet's 1-second disconnects, and I was just as disappointed, even more so that Malolo left, meaning the odds of winning have really turned away from me. Oh well, I continued to play it anyways. Little did I know these guys just ended up worker rushing together, which at the time, I guess to them seemed like a feasible way to end the 1v3 quickly and continue on from there. But I'll tell you right now, they were most definitely wrong. So we got the workers moving out toward the middle of the map. We're workers! We're gonna go pwn these nugs! Wow, it's so cool holding down on a freaking poacher to see what's going on. But you don't ever really get the chance to do that in game. Just sit there and watch your units move. Anyways, as soon as I see those workers over there, I lift that CC, still trying to get production up from these guys to get an econ, but I didn't want to lose those workers. I wanted to save them. I wouldn't care fighting off these guys to hold off some time, because over at my base, I was building my spawning pool. I was going to try and get 3 lings out, freaking, well, 3 supply of lings, 9 lings, and a few spine crawlers up, because I have some ridiculous econ coming from everyone, and as soon as I realized the worker rush, I didn't want to be, what's it called? I didn't want to be working out of all their bases. I knew that I was going to lose those workers, and so from here I put up a few spine crawlers and wait for my lings to come out. They pop, and I just freaking aggro these drones around to so the drones eventually screw off and I head out. I mean, I didn't really want to lose any lings, but I headed out. I was going to go, and since they were heading home, try and kill as many workers as I can. I see the little massive array of workers that would have raped my lings, so I head out. I'm going to go tear up a nexus, maybe like throw around these workers a little bit, but they were smart, so they ended up just going back home, and I expoed to gold. Well, actually, I expoed to gold a little bit ago, but I recorded this replay in Fraps, and now I'm commenting it, so whatever I was doing then, I'm trying to remember here. Whatever I was trying to show you guys. Anyway, screwing with the probes a little. They just say screw it, so I let them. I go back home, getting ready to gather more lings. Trying to saturate these guys' econ back there. Even building a supply depot and a barracks back at Vitar Ocean's base right now, Orange's base. And my plan was to use the gold to try and get enough econ, even though I already had 3 bases, to mass tier 1 these guys. But I'm harassing with these lings as much as I can. I'm going to kill that pylon, and I started moving my spine crawlers out at this point, because I knew that with 4 spine crawlers, freaking 400 minerals was absolutely not going to do me any freaking good if I didn't use them effectively, especially in my tier 1 rush. I knew that there was a Zerg as well. Had enough lings to plow out these guys' probes at this point. Wanted to take out the Nexus. Had to pay attention to them because the probes kept trying to come back and kill lings every once in a while. At the same time, at the current moment, I'm saturating my gold with all of the drones from my main, because it mines a lot quicker, which I'm sure anyone who's watching this freaking replay cares enough to know. Moved all my drones out, as you can see on the mini-map right now, spinning my queen. Oh, never mind, it's a little too early. Right now is when I started working on Vitar's base. Killing off all these probes, I kill that Nexus eventually, and then it becomes a 1v2 for the most part. The drones take down the Nexus. Spine crawler's moving out, bringing him out to my gold, but I ended up changing my mind because of the amount of lings I have. Instead of playing defensively, I'm going to go offensively as fuck, and I'm going to use these spine crawlers against the Zerg player, which I personally think this is the best part of the game. This is why I'm showing this replay to you guys, because I just loved this part right here. Anyways, he puts up a couple spine crawlers to prepare for the lings. I'm working on the barracks at Star Ocean's base and trying to get econ up at the middle guy's base. Here goes the spine crawlers. Just got them all ready to burrow, bringing out the lings right outside of the creep. They try to bring over lings, do some damage, and aggro me into a spine crawler. I realize it a little bit late, but I pull him out there just in time. Spine crawlers go up, and 4 spine crawlers is just mean. I mean, gotta love those sunkens. Spine crawlers, gotta love the spine crawlers. Anyways, I try to take out that one, which I know is already being hit by a spine crawler, and we've got that guy over there on the right, Lind, freaking taking out my lings with those roaches. Let's see, if you can see over there on the mini-map, it looks like he's already started a second hatch in his base. Just ready to be pumping those roaches. Taking out those sunkens, but I do have more lings on the way. Anywho, from this point, I've been able to hold off the roaches and fend off enough just to do about half life damage to the hatchery. I wasn't target firing because I wanted to let that sunken kill that spawning pool so they couldn't pump any more lings to assist, considering that his ally Lin on the right had to bring units quite far away. From quite far away, excuse me. Anyways, trying to take down these roaches here. Lings can just surround them. He had a little bit of micro up, but not enough. That hatchery went down, and it was now a 1v1, but I had the income from everyone's bases as well as gold. He eventually kills off those sunkens with those roaches, and then the game gets real. My adrenaline is pumping at this point. Thinking that I'm actually going to do this 3v1 here, especially after that beautiful little spine crawler rush there. My spine crawlers would have went down eventually anyways because of no creep, but he decided to kill them off, try and take his base back. So I'm just, you see him pumping enough lings here to just take me down. I've got quite a few lings back home, quite a few lings back at my gold, and I'm going to pull them out into battle. I want to bum rush this last guy's base for the win. He's bringing them out through the middle right now. Yay, following the units again. I really never get to do that in game. I don't know how many people would do. Only got a couple reams of that base, some SCVs that aren't even rallied, but they're just gonna get raped anyways. Once I notice that, instead of helping, I'm gonna bring my extra links from my base to just go counter. At this point of the game, I realize that this is my buddy Lind, who is added as a real friend ID in my friends list. Later, to only realize that these guys are in the same Ventrilo server as me, just a couple channels down, meaning that we were playing an arranged team as a random team, yet we still won. I guess that's how they coordinated the worker rush. They're just some like vent, like, lol guys, let's just worker rush these guys. And I got to talk shit so bad because not only were these guys like my friends and an arranged team versus a random team, but Lind always claims to be like a major pro and is always talking shit against everyone, yet he freaking worker rushed, for that matter, thinking that he can get an easy win off of me, and I 1v3 these guys. So as they go off, taking out the last of my econ, thinking that that's my only base, I'm going over there countering effectively. They kill all of my lings. Eventually it gets out of that choke point to aggro my lings. I'm not paying attention. I'm just trying to go work on his base there. And he kills off my hatch. He freaking killed off all my workers at the other two guys' base, but I've got so many lings incoming to finish these guys off. They go off and they're like, oh lol, it was just a joke. We were just trying something, but apparently it didn't work. So they kill off my hatch, but they just don't know that I still have gold quite a bit saturated. I think 5 or 6 drones over there with just lings tearing up this base, and it's the last few buildings that they have. They realize from the direction that the lings are coming that I must be at gold, so over here, light blue sends a little bit of a scout, and I'm gonna follow it again. Just follow it to its demise when they realize that I have gold. 2 spine crawlers coming up too. Whoosh, whoosh. And that's how that game went. Thanks for listening, guys.